In this video, we're going to create an AI-powered chatbot assistant for a skincare brand using Emma. So for this video, I've created an example Shopify store for a skincare brand, and I have some products here from a brand called The Ordinary. So this is a Shopify store, right? So I'm going to create a new assistant and connect my Shopify store to it, as well as add some additional content, okay? Awesome. So I have a new organization here on Emma called The Ordinary. And the first thing I want to do is create a new assistant, right? So I'm going to call this my, I'm going to call this my beauty assistant because it's a skincare brand, right? And so I'm gonna want this to be public because I'm gonna use this for customers, right? For all of my customers, like if they wanna interact with my chatbot assistant, they can access it right away without me having to invite them. All right, so I'm gonna create this assistant. I can change some of the appearance settings right here. So let's go with a black color, and let's try to find a logo maybe. All right, so I went ahead and searched for their logo just to be able to add it to the assistant. Great, so we've changed the appearance now, right? So let's open up our assistant. Oh, we didn't change the color. Let me save this. All right, perfect. So I now have my assistant, right? I can ask any questions, but I haven't connected any data yet, so it wouldn't be able to really help me with questions, that I wanted to answer, right? But I can still try to ask it something general. So I have dry skin. What do you recommend? Perfect. So I could, start a conversation now, but again, it's not really useful because I wanted to be able to reference like my products and more information about the skincare company, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is to connect my Shopify store. Okay, so I've already made the connection before. It's called My Store. I'm gonna connect it, and now I'm gonna choose the data connections that I want to connect, right? So for products, and so, I just want to clarify, right, that this is an example store. We have some example products here that are from the actual brand, okay? So you can view the product pages here, we have some information about the product. So for the data connection, right, I can customize which data I want to import or sync or not, right? Some of these I don't necessarily want to add to my assistants, like, for example, create an ad, the handle, the admin URL, and the vendor in this case is not very useful either. And for the rest, this seems good, right? So all this information is good to provide my assistant with for a public assistant. All right, so this right now is running. Great, so let's refresh our assistant here. Let's wait until this is finished syncing. And so the next thing that I'm going to do here is that I'm also going to provide some general information about my company, right? So related to chemicals right here, and then related to package disposal, okay? But let's first try to start a conversation with just the Shopify data, okay? So my products are synced. I can also add my policies, by the way. So if you have privacy policies, terms of service on Shopify, then you can sync those immediately as well. I'm not going to do this because this example store doesn't have any, but you can do this, right? So, if you have a privacy policy and if you're updating this regularly, then, you don't need to change anything for your assistant. It's always going to know what the latest updates are, all right? So, okay, so let's start a new conversation for my assistant, and let's ask it a question, like a more specific question, right? So I have dry skin. What products do you recommend? All right, that's awesome. So it's recommending like one of the products. Let me check this out. Okay, so we're getting it seems like a cream. That's great. So how much does it cost? Okay, so this one is 22.50. Um, awesome. So what about oils? Okay, so here it's recommending the bee oil. It's telling me the price as well because I asked for the price previously. And we have this organic cold pressed Moroccan argan oil right here, or the price as well. Great. So I want to know more about this ordinary bee oil, right? So could you list the ingredients in the bee oil? Awesome. Great. So, these are all the ingredients. Now, I personally don't really know that much about skincare, so I don't really know what most of these things mean. But what's great here, right, is that I can also ask it other questions that are not necessarily in my products, right? So if I want to ask it, for example, what are the benefits of squalane, right? Because I want to know more about these specific ingredients. So as you can see, right, it's giving me some information, and so this information is not like it doesn't necessarily have to be like in my Shopify store, right? So this is what's really amazing is that we can because assistants are connected to large LLMs, like large language models, right? So we have all of the benefits of that, but also the benefits of being able to use my own data. Okay, so could you list all the available oils with their prices? Okay, so I want to get an overview of the different oils that they offer with the prices to see maybe which one is the cheapest or which one like offers the most value. Okay, so here we have four oils that are offered by my brand, and I can see the prices here. Right. So what quantities are these? All right, so I went ahead and copy and pasted some of these questions that I found here, right? So I'm going to save this file. Some of them are pretty interesting, and I'm going to try to ask some questions related to this, right? So do you test on animals, and are your products vegan? Okay, so let's try that. So I'm going to go back to my assistant here and connect to this folder. Perfect. Okay, so let's start a new conversation here, and I'm going to ask questions like related to like what I just added, right? So hi, I have dry skin type. What products would you recommend? I'll first, start with like a general question. Awesome. So it's recommending a couple of products right here. So now let me ask, are these products tested on animals? All right, great. Are they vegan? Awesome. Um, okay, so now, perfect. So this is all I wanted to know. What is the name of this product here? So two products from the ordinary, okay, so can you tell me more about the natural moisturizing factors? Is that, I'm not sure if that's the name of the product or, okay, so it's actually not the name of the product, it's just like a factor, right? So, okay, well, it's still a useful answer. I'm just not sure what exactly the name of the product here is. So, okay, so I think they're just like very long product names. Okay, so yeah, you know, these are all questions that you can ask. Maybe let's ask one more thing about packaging. So how can I dispose of glass jars? Awesome. So you see, like it's really able to like answer any questions that I have. This is a very simple example, right? Like we've only connected it to like one integration and one custom content folder here. But there's a lot that I can do with this, right? I could import spreadsheets with like thousands of different products, um, a lot of information on like where my products are made and stuff like that, and it will be able to like answer anything that I want really. Yeah, so this is how to create a customer support chatbot assistant for a skincare brand.